Excel Education. In this video, we are going to be seeing about two main logical operators that we have in MS Excel. First of all, what is a logical operator? Logical operator is nothing but a condition that works under a logic. A logic can be anything as simple as greater than a particular number, is equal to a particular number, is equal to a particular word, is equal to a particular string, or nothing at all. It can be something like, let us say that a particular cell A1 is blank. That is also a logical condition. Now, before that, we will see, before getting much more into details of the logical operators, let us quickly understand what is a OR logical operator and AND logical operator. Let us say that first let us first look into the OR logical operator before we get into the and quickly try to understand. Let us say that we have two numbers here, and for these two numbers we are having two conditions. The first condition is that the number 1 should be greater than 5. So whether this number is greater than 5, yes, definitely number 10 is greater than 5. So the first condition, you can say that it is true. All right. And how about the second condition? The second condition says that this particular number should be less than 10. However, since 11 is not less than 10, you can say that the condition is false. So, what would be the result of an OR condition? For an OR condition, it is this or that can be true. It is not necessarily that both the conditions should be true. Even if one of the multiple conditions that you have is true, the result will be true. Let us try to understand by drafting a OR formula in the formula bar. For that, I type this is equal to button and type the OR formula and open the bracket. So it is basically, the syntax is basically asking me for the first logical operator. What is the first logic that you have? Logical one means first condition. What is your first condition? So my first condition is that this particular cell C5 should be greater than 5. All right. And what is the second logical condition? The second logical condition is that my this particular number that is there in C6 should be greater than, it should be less than 10. Right. So if the number C6, whatever number that is there in C6 is lesser than 10, the result of that particular operator would be true, and this particular operator, if the number is greater than 5, that result would be true as well. All right. Now we know that this particular result C5 is definitely greater than 5. C5 is 10, as such it is greater than 5. This is going to be true, and this is also going to be true. No, this is not going to be true. This is going to be false because C6, which is 11, is not lesser than 10. As such, this particular result alone individually, logic number 2, is going to be false. So once we close the bracket and press the enter, the result is going to be still true. The reason being, OR condition only mandates one thing. One of the conditions mentioned. Now here we have mentioned two logics, right? One of this logic, even if it is true, the result will be true. You can have multiple logics like this. You can also add another condition and say that, let us say, d5 also should be greater than 5. That also you can specify here, but for now let us keep the case simple and finish it off like this. See, the moment I press enter, or condition gives me the result that yes, one of your conditions, you have mentioned two conditions here. Yes, one of your conditions is true. Now let us quickly verify this, whether it is going to work if I change the number from 10 to, let us say, 4. So the moment I make it 4, you can see that the result immediately changes to false. Why is that? Because now this is violating both my conditions. Now, even if I'm changing this to 9, it would immediately turn to true because it immediately falls below 10 and it satisfies at least one condition. All right. So that is how an OR function works. However, unlike an OR function, for an AND function, all the conditions, both or more than two, all the conditions that we specify should be true, necessarily true. Let us quickly try to understand. Now, as mentioned in the first case for OR, the first condition for this number, this particular number, yes, the condition is that greater than 5 should be true, and yes, it is greater than 5. Number 10 is greater than 5, and as such, the condition is true. Likewise, condition number 2 insists that it should be lesser than 10. Now the number is greater than 10. As such, this condition is going to be false. It is the conditions are more or less similar to the previous case. However, here you got the result as true, but since AND condition mandates that all the conditions should be satisfying the case, here we'll get a false as the answer. That is because once you open the AND operator and open the bracket, you have multiple logics that you can enter. The first logic being your D5 cell, which is carrying 10, should be greater than 5. In this case, it is 10. Yes, that condition will be satisfied. However, the next condition should also satisfy and it should be true for the AND condition to give us a true result. Now 11 should be lesser than 10, right? If the number 11 is going to be lesser than 10, then if the value in the cell D6 is going to be lesser than 10, then the result will come out as true. Now, since only one of the conditions is true, the result is going to be false. The moment you change this 11 to a number lesser than 10, let us say 9, the result immediately becomes true, right? All right. Now, in this case, as you can see, we'll just this is a manual thing, so there is no dynamic formula associated with it. So you can see that the number 4 is greater than 5. Here in this case, it should be false, and the number 9 is lesser than 10. So in this case, it is true. You can see that this is not dynamic. I need to change this manually all by myself. However, you can see that if I change the number, the result automatically changes here. But this is something that I drafted manually. So it takes much more time to find out things manually. But by using or a condition like and, an operator like and, it is really dynamic and fast. I'll quickly show. I'll type a number like 10, again 10, 10, and 10. See, so for the AND condition, this condition did not, come out as true. As such, it became, of course, this condition is true because 10 is greater than 5. However, this condition did not come out as true, and as such, the combination became false. So to sum up, wait a minute, Alt HMC to for AND conditions, all the all AND condition, all the logical or the logic mentioned the syntax, or let us put it in a simpler wording, all the logics mentioned should be satisfied for the operator to give the result as true. Text. However, for OR condition, of course, here also it is in what do you call inverted commas. Commas. For OR condition, one of the logics mentioned is to be true to give the result as true. I hope that you have understood the concept of AND operator and OR operator. So I hope you like this video. See you in the next video. Thank you.